Good day, everyone. I'm Germaine Guzman, and today we are going to discuss about the basic techniques in drawing used in dressmaking. So, when we say basic drawing techniques are the simple skills used to create clothing patterns before sewing, and these techniques helps to make sure the clothes will fit properly. So, the number one is drawing a straight line. Drawing a straight line are very important in dressmaking because they are used for center front and center back, side seams, shoulder lines, and hemline. So, bakit nga ba ito important? If the line is not straight, the garment may look uneven or crooked. So, or to make a straight lines, use a ruler, hold the pencil properly, draw lightly first, then darken if correct. And number two is drawing curved lines. Curved lines are used for neckline, armhole, waist shaping, hip curve. So, bakit nga ba ito important? Curves help the garment follow the shapes of the body. So, to make smooth curves, use French curve ruler, draw slowly, avoid shaky lines. And the number three is measuring and marking. So before drawing, correct measurements must be taken. Examples of measurements: bust, waist, hips, shoulder, length of blouse or skirt. So bakit nga ba important ang pag-take ng correct measurement? Kasi wrong measurement, wrong size garment. And these are the step-by-step when taking a body measurement. So the number one, take body measurement carefully. And number two, transfer measurement to pattern paper. Number three, mark points clearly before connecting lines. And the number four is proper pencil control. So do not press too hard. Start with light lines. Erase mistakes neatly because clean drawing makes the pattern easy to undo.
Good day everyone, my name is Katralina Asaman and today I will discuss my topic about the basic technique in drawing used in dressmaking. So, the drawing is important in the dressmaking because it helps create accurate clothing design and pattern before sewing. In this report, will we learn the basic technique much as the drawing, line, shape, and proper measurement used in making garments. So, pattern drafting. What is pattern drafting? Pattern drafting is the process of the drawing a clothing pattern using body measurement. So, pattern drafting is the process the drawing a clothing pattern on paper using body measurement. You draw the shape of the cloth first before cutting. This drawing become your guide when sewing. So the next is why pattern drafting matters. So accurate pattern drafting measure proper fit and professional result. So pattern drafting matters. It helps a clothes fit proper. It serves as a guide blueprint for sewing. It helps avoid mistake in wasting fabric. If you pattern correct, your clothing will look better and more professional. So, next is using proper tools. Ruler for drawing straight line on pattern. French curve for creating smooth curve lines like armhole and neck line. So the next is step measure for taking accurate body measurement. The next is pencil for drafting pattern line on paper. The next is pattern paper, the surface when you draft and develop your design. So You need the tools to make a good pattern. So, ruler for straight line, French curve for curved part the like neck and armhole, tape measure for body measurement, pencil for drawing, pattern paper when where you draw. Using the right tools make your work clean and accurate. So the next is marking symbol and labels. So pattern symbol. After the drawing the pattern, important the marks should be other. Front, back, fold line, seam allowance, not just green line. So the marking symbol and labels, after the drawing, you must add labels like front and back should part of the garments. Fold line where the fabric is fold. Seam allowance, extra space for sewing. Notches guide for matching pitches. Green line direction of the fabric. This mark help you cut correctly. So far in the right place, avoid mistake. So the next is adding seam allowance and finalizing. So the seam allowance is the extra space other outside the pattern line. So seam allowance, extra space, other around the pattern. This is used when the sewing the fabric together. Before cutting the fabric, carefully review your pattern checking or measurement. Agnes in the body measurement. So, the before cutting, check your measurement. Make sure the lines are correct. Ensure or the marking are clean. Checking your pattern helps avoid error and makes your work look professional. That's all.